Hello, family. And today I'm going to give my thoughts on marriage. It's something that I would still consider doing. I'm turning 39 this year, so I've never taken marriage off the table. But people do ask, do I want kids, and how many? And I always used to say no more than two, a boy and a girl. But I also had a cutoff age as well, because I didn't want to be too old being a father. So I've always put that in the universe as I've got to be married first before any type of children. And as time goes on, as I get closer to 40, I start to rethink the whole father part of it. But I would never completely give up on marriage. I'd still get married and take it from there. It's just so much that comes along these days, and trying to be a parent in 2024, the school system and what you have to protect your child from, and it's a lot, and it's tough out here, trying to weed out who you attract and who's the right lady for you, or for ladies who's the right guy for you. So it's all understandable. Marriage to me, that's still not something that I would give up on. I'd still get married down the line. I'm not never crossing that out. The children thing may end up becoming an afterthought. It is what it is. I am an uncle, at least for that part. But I still will be a husband one day. Not taking that off the table, as I said. It's different for everybody. I know people who've been married for over 20 years, and then you got people who are recently divorced or separated. It's all different angles it could go through in terms of how these relationships go. I know that's real big on the internet, just relationships in general, especially between the whole men and women angle, and what men want and what women want. And then you see a lot of bashing on the internet as well, especially between black men and black women, and what they expect from the black men and what black men expect from the black women. I know we're stronger together, through and through, but it's a lot of things that have to get worked out. We got to get it corrected if we're gonna move forward. We're stronger together, and I've heard a lot of different complaints on both sides from black men and black women on what they're just not willing to put up with, and certain standards and lists that both genders have. So it's definitely something that has to be discussed with a person that you're looking to be serious with, and it takes time. No one wants to rush into marriage too quickly. People can change over 2-3 years, but I think after at least 2 years, you can tell who that person is, because people can only wear a mask for so long. And so that's something to keep in mind. I've heard about people getting married in 6 to 8 months. That's too fast for me. I would have to be around that lady for at least 2 years before I can make a sound mind and decision on if I would actually want to now spend the rest of my life with her. It's a lot to think about and consider, and the finance aspect of it as well. That's the number one reason for divorce out here, is finances. And so that's something to take into consideration. And so we just have to ask more questions. I don't think we ask enough questions, the men and the women. We just ask, what's the name and where you work, and do you live by yourself, and if you have any kids. Those are the top 4, and then it just goes from there. And we definitely have to be asking more questions to effectively weed out who we want to be with. We attract who we are. You look at your current circle, guys of your female associates, and ladies are your male associates, and that's you. You are them, and they are you. So if you want to change that, then you have to change you and your vibration, and how you do things and how you carry yourself out here. And then those people who you want to drop off will drop off, and then new ones will replace them. It's a lot of self-work, inner work that has to be done, but it's all possible. You just have to get somewhere and quiet your mind first. A lot of people are scared to just sit at home in their living room because so many thoughts come rushing to their head, and it's not something that people are used to. People are very scared of their own selves, and sometimes they look to be with other people to make them forget about what they need to work on. And so you got to do the inner work, the internal work, in order to really then be able to go out and say, okay, now I want to actually get to know someone else and get to know yourself first. Everything is a lesson. The relationships are a lesson. Each person preparing you for the next one until you reach the final person who you will spend the rest of your days with. But then you got certain men and women who never learn a lesson, so they get repeats. And then they complain and say there are no good men and no good women out here. But the common denominator is that man or that woman, that individual. So you have to take what people are showing you when they show you who you are, believe them. And that's just something that everyone has to work on. Everyone is a work in progress. And so, trying to be the best version of ourselves, be the best parents that we can. If you are a parent, your child is going to show you all of your mistakes if you have children. And, we just go from there. So those are my thoughts on marriage for now. I still get married. Turning 39 this year. The child thing is, that window it's not closed, but I would definitely close it myself if it takes too much longer. Again, like I say, getting married at least 2 years, so I don't really see myself being a father starting out in my 40s. I've seen it done, but I think it just came too late for me. But I'll figure it out, and I'll be well. Until next time, that's my thoughts on marriage. Bye for now. Peace.